And now,
breaking news.
Ahoy, the news.
News
from the Weird
Wire.
News from the Weird Wire. Here for your, morning routine. A pearl of an idea. This blows me away. Florida professor advocates for the oyster through jazz. You want to hear about the dangers of the declining Florida oyster population? Well, what if it was set to a song?
Some people just try way too hard.
Professor Heather O'Leary of the University of South Florida State, Petersburg, is hoping that you might agree with the latter. As The Guardian reports, O'Leary's students have learned and teamed up with the school's music department to create a jazz piece detailing the oyster's predicament. Listen up. O'Leary hopes that the piece, titled Oysters Aren't Safe, or Oysters Ain't Safe, it's actually in the dictionary now, so
Still rolled my eyes over it.
will help bring awareness to an issue that may be hard to comprehend through just numbers and data. All you got to tell me is it's less oysters. I get it. I didn't go to the University of South Florida, St. Petersburg. When you're staring at the scariest numbers, the black and white figures in front of you, that can feel pretty intimidating, O'Leary tells The Guardian. But, if you're experimenting with what color word that number would be, or what kind of instrument would pick up how I feel when I see the statistic, it's more creative. That's what we need. More things that bring people together. Oysters Ain't Safe is set to premiere at USFS January's concert and will be accompanied by sheet music, artwork, and a music video. Oysters Ain't Safe. I got a lot of tuba in there. What do you think?
I got a lot of I'm not going to watch this.
And my heart goes out to
just wrong
marine biologists, oceanic oyster people, and the music, the arts. Appreciate them all. We need them. And people like it. There's going to be groups of people like, oh, this is great. And they're right.
I'm not in that group either.
I mean, like I said, I'm happy for the oyster people. Like, that's what they study. Obviously, O'Leary. I'm sure it's a big time, and they got a big event coming up in January. But what I mean is,
if it's that big of a deal, why wait till January?
Right. Get that out now. Hit the charts. Go number one.
Just wrong.
Oysters ain't safe.
I'm sticking with some people just try too hard.
Woo! You think that you would have a backup flight from Australia to Bali, right? Like, make sure the toilets work. What do? You can't stop somewhere.
There's no mid-flight plumbing service.
Right.
I'm sorry, but how bad do things have to get to break a toilet on an airplane?
Right. So, that's what happened. Bali to Australia, which I guess, actually, that's not too far.
Far enough without a toilet.
If you're thinking, if you go I was thinking, anyway. Virgin Australia flight became a very unpleasant experience when the onboard lavatories stopped working, also known as bathrooms. The flight took off with one toilet out of service, but then the remaining two bathrooms went down while the plane was in the air. A passenger tells abcnet.net.au the crew told us we would have to relieve ourselves in the bottles or on top of whatever was already in the toilet. Ew.
Well, what do you think a porta-john is?
True. Virgin Australia. What? Isn't it like that? I mean, thing opens. The little trap wasn't working. They couldn't get the trap.
No.
They think they'd have a manual. Like,
I'm assuming that is air pressure controlled. And if the air pressure wasn't functioning, couldn't open up the trap door.
gotcha. But you would think that for emergency situations such as these, that you could just pull the handle and it would just go out into the atmosphere. Because we had a problem with our toilet. So we had to do it manually. And so then we didn't have these problems.
Right, but if the air pressure isn't functioning, then you can't get it out of the plane.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They have a special tube. Just goes right out the back.
Full.
Right. Or
You can't have that tube open all the time.
well, no, just an emergency. Or you could route it to where it goes.
Okay,
It dumps out behind the jet, so that when the jets, they just burns it up. Oh, why don't they do that right now? It's a brilliant idea I just had. $1 billion.
Why don't you go invent a new plane?
What is that tube underneath it? Oh, that's from the bathrooms.
How come our plane doesn't get airborne? It's that new tube for the bathrooms.
Watch.
Plane can't be pressurized with that thing open.
Look, when someone flushes, it does a big old flame. That's news from the Weird Wire.